Welcome to this demo of Qlik Talend Cloud. I'm glad you're interested in this topic and watching this video. I'd like to talk to you about how Qlik Talend Cloud can help you and your company to quickly collect, transform, and prepare data from any source for analytics, AI, and operational use. Qlik Talend Cloud provides modern ETL and ELT capabilities that allow organizations to integrate data from virtually any source at scale and with high reliability. It combines these integration capabilities with robust data quality tooling for profiling, cleansing, validation, and governance, so teams can ensure that data is accurate, complete, and ready for use. Through built-in API and application integration, companies can also streamline operational workflows and enable real-time scenarios. A key strength of the solution is its open architectural approach. With native support for modern lakehouse technologies like Apache Iceberg, organizations can build flexible, cost-efficient, and future-proof data platforms without being locked into proprietary formats. Business users benefit from consistent, trustworthy, and up-to-date data, accelerating time to insight and improving decision-making across the organization. In essence, Qlik Talend Cloud helps enterprises unify their data landscape, raise the level of quality and transparency, and deliver analytics and AI outcomes faster, more reliable, and at scale. But enough theory. Let's see the platform in motion. In this demo, I would like to introduce the most critical features of Qlik Talend Studio and Qlik Talend Cloud pipelines. We will look at a very typical operational use case that is still in use at many companies. A supplier has provided us with numerous files via our FTP server, which we want to download, merge, and load into our central data platform, Snowflake, in this demo example. We then register this data in the Qlik Talend Cloud pipeline and combine it with other data from other systems. We receive all data changes from our operational systems, in this example multiple databases, in real time. These are stored in a read-optimized format, including history, for example, for later analysis. As in most cases, the data must, of course, be transformed. We offer several options for this, from no-code to pro-code, including an AI assistant. We make the finished, analysis-ready data available in data marts so it can be used for analysis. But we don't just make data available in data marts, we also make it available as a data product in our data marketplace, with governance and data quality information that help our users evaluate the data in the best possible way. In addition, the data from the marketplace can also be made available for further use cases with the help of open OData interfaces. So, let's take a look at the different steps together. Although our main topic today is data integration, I would still like to start our little demo with the dashboard. After all, data integration is not an end in itself, but rather the basis for good analysis and, in general, the foundation for generating added value from data. Here we see the dashboard of a fictional e-commerce company, which provides an overview of revenue, the number of orders, KPI analysis such as product delays, and a breakdown of sales by region. I want to tell you a little story to illustrate this. A customer of mine once said to me that after introducing Qlik, he built a beautiful dashboard. It contained many new insights from their data. He proudly presented these new insights to his board. The rest of the meeting was somewhat disappointing because instead of discussing how these new insights could be used to shape the company's future, the main discussion focused on where the data came from, whether the figures were accurate, and whether the data was generally reliable. Are you familiar with such discussions? This story clearly illustrates why good data integration is necessary to avoid such discussions, so that you can focus on what is most important: data-driven decisions. Qlik Talend Studio is our flagship ETL product. It is perfect for the numerous operational use cases across all companies. Qlik Talend Studio is a versatile client with an extensive range of tools and functions that enable users to create projects via a graphical user interface, leveraging hundreds of pre-generated components and connectors. With an intuitive drag-and-drop interface, data loading paths can be designed, which can then be executed manually and, of course, time- or event-driven on so-called engines. Qlik Talend Studio generates native Java code for this purpose, nothing proprietary that locks you into a vendor, but Java code that a developer would also program. In my example job, we establish a connection to an FTP server and our central data platform, in this example, Snowflake. We then iterate through all CSV files located in a folder on the FTP server. We download the files and rename them directly to avoid multiple processing. After downloading, we read the files and combine them into a single CSV file. We then transfer this to our Snowflake table. When you click Start, the generated Java code is built and executed. In my FTP client, we can see how the files are renamed and downloaded. And in Snowflake, we can now verify that there is indeed a new suppliers table that Qlik Talend Studio just created. Let's move on to the second essential part of Qlik Talend Cloud, Qlik Talend Cloud Pipelines, our flagship product for change data capture and ELT. In this pipeline, we load data from our operational systems in real time, specifically MySQL and MS SQL databases. The initial load has already been performed, and from then on, all changes in the source systems are replicated in real time, directly in raw format to our data platform. In our example, again, we use Snowflake, as already mentioned, but numerous other platforms are also supported, such as Redshift, Databricks, and lakehouses with Apache Iceberg. In addition, data already on the platform is registered here. As you may have guessed, this is precisely the supplier information that we have just loaded into a Snowflake table using Qlik Talend Studio. In the so-called storage step, the raw data is now optimized for reading. We compare the data for downstream use, perform simple transformations like changing column names and so on, and automatically ensure that the data is historized. For all techies out there, this is a slowly changing dimension, SCD Type 2. The history of our data can therefore already be used for evaluations. In most cases, data transformations are necessary. Unlike in Qlik Talend Studio, the data remains in the pipelines in the data platform. We use SQL code that is executed on the data platform itself. From no-code to pro-code, there are various options for performing transformations. The data can be transferred to the target without any transformations, transformed using SQL code, or transformed using a so-called transformation flow. For the experts among you, a comprehensive SQL editor with syntax highlighting and auto-completion is available. Would you like assistance with writing SQL? Our SQL assistant is available to help you with this. Here you can formulate your requirements in natural language, and our AI will provide you with the appropriate SQL code, which you can also directly test. Let me add a little more to the prompt and display all the information about the employees and their boss. The remarkable thing here is that the AI naturally uses the metadata to create the SQL query. There is no field called boss, but there is a field called reports too. So the AI understands what we meant and implements the query correctly. If you prefer the no-code approach, our transformation flows are available. Similar to Qlik Talend Studio, you can access ready-made processors to drag and drop into a flow. You always have an overview of exactly what the data looks like and also information about what the SQL statement that will be executed on the data platform looks like. Our AI processor leverages the data platform's capability to translate data, analyze sentiment, or maybe generate a summary, as in this example. Here we also have the article name translated into German. Qlik Talend Cloud Pipelines automatically creates a semantic model from the data and identifies connections across datasets. Of course, you can also define your own connections manually. And here, too, AI can help us find further relationships, such as the self-reference in our employee table. Remember? The reports to field. A data mart can be set up and configured via a further pipeline step. The appropriate dimensions have been identified and suggested for our fact table. All SQL statements required to create the data mart are generated automatically and can be reviewed by you before execution. In addition to being made available in the data mart, the data assets can also be made available to other users in our data marketplace. There are already several data products in our marketplace, but we will stick with the data you are already familiar with. Imagine you are looking for suitable data. In the data product, you will see the most critical information. First, namely the description and data quality. The Qlik Trust Score clearly shows, on a scale of 1 to 5, how the quality of all data sets in the data product is rated. Let's take a closer look at the order dataset. Here, too, we see the Qlik Trust Score, this time with even more information on the dimensions, including validity, completeness, discoverability, and usage. Unfortunately, there is no specific description here yet. We can generate this using AI for both the dataset and all columns. This also increases discoverability and, as a result, the trust score from 4.3 to 4.4. For each dataset, you will find a detailed profile and a preview of the data, including technical and semantic data types. And of course, a lineage should track precisely what happened to the data on its way as part of the data product. A data product can be used to directly create a QlikSense analytics app or to consume the data in other systems using an API endpoint. With all these options, you can deliver trustworthy, governed, analytics-ready data. Now that you have seen the features in action, I want to close by shifting the focus from how Qlik Talend Cloud works to why it matters for you and your business. The first significant benefit is speed. The platform accelerates the integration of external sources and ensures that data is always available when the business needs it. This removes waiting times and allows teams to react to change much faster. Second, the platform provides up-to-date insights by making data from source systems immediately accessible. This is a core requirement for any organization that wants to operate with real-time or near real-time information rather than outdated snapshots. Qlik Talend Cloud enables historical analysis and creates reliable audit trails while keeping storage costs under control. This means you can meet analytical, operational, and compliance requirements within a single architecture. Another essential point is democratization. Because the platform supports guided transformation and low-code options, development cycles become significantly shorter. More people can participate in shaping data pipelines without creating bottlenecks. We also deliver ready-to-use data models that business users can adopt instantly. This removes friction between technical teams and business teams and turns data into an actual product rather than a technical asset that still needs interpretation. From an organizational perspective, the platform raises data quality and compliance. It promotes shared, governed datasets across the entire company, increasing trust and reducing the effort required to reconcile inconsistencies. Finally, the data generated by Qlik Talend Cloud is vetted and actionable. It is designed for advanced use cases in BI, AI, and machine learning, which means it directly supports innovation initiatives and strategic decision-making. In short, Qlik Talend Cloud provides not only the technical capabilities you saw during the demo, it delivers tangible business value by improving availability, trust, speed, and readiness for advanced analytics and AI initiatives. Thank you very much for your attention and interest in Qlik Talend Cloud.